Welcome to Alkushiri Research Notes series of videos at which we will introduce certain tips and tricks for early career researchers. I'm very happy to speaking. I'm a general practitioner and a researcher with more than 35 international publications in high impact factor journals and a reviewer in more than 11 journals, including PLOS ONE, scientific reports, etc. In this video, we will introduce how to get systematic review or systematic review and meta-analysis ideas. To our knowledge, systematic review and meta-analysis is in the top of the hierarchy of evidence. Moreover, if you don't have a registry patient's data, in most low or middle income countries, or you are a student, so this is the best study design you can do to start your career. The first step, you have to identify the field of your study: cardiology, pediatrics, orthopedic, etc. In this video, we will choose dermatology field, identify a specific disease in the field. We will choose atopic dermatitis. If you have already a supervisor, so you can work on the disease he have chosen already. Okay, the third step is search on the literature about the specific disease for gaining more knowledge. If you are a student, if you are not a specialist in the field, you have to read more about the disease, what the literature say, what about the prevalence, incidence, etc. Which study design fits your aim, systematic review or systematic review and meta-analysis? If you have a small number of studies and few outcomes, if you have single case reports, so systematic review may be the appropriate choice. Otherwise, if you have data for meta-analysis, you can do meta-analysis. Are there any previous primary studies, systematic review and or systematic review and meta-analysis in your topic? If you don't have primary studies, so you can do a systematic review or meta-analysis. You need at least 3 or 4 primary studies with large sample size or 3 or 4 case reports to make a systematic review only. The final steps of searching. How can I find the idea? A. In a previously published systematic review or systematic review and meta-analysis. This is the easiest pathway for early career researchers. You can search with systematic review only with eligible data for meta-analysis. We will choose atopic dermatitis and the therapy dupilumab. We will write here systematic review. You will limit your search to 2021. Then you have to scroll some systematic review. Let us we will choose dupilumab ocular side effects in patients with atopic dermatitis as systematic review. In this paper, the author didn't meta-analyze and eligible data for meta-analysis. We will scroll to results section. We will find that we have a data that can be meta-analyzed. We have conjunctivitis in the first study, conjunctivitis second study, conjunctivitis in the third study. This is for trials and real-life studies. We will find many studies. Have here allergic conjunctivitis, allergic conjunctivitis. So this is the easiest way to find a meta-analysis idea. If we have a published meta-analysis with a small sample size or a small number of included papers, so we have another option here. You can update the whole study again with many published papers. For example, the impact of Parkinson's disease on manifestations and outcomes of COVID-19 patients, systematic review and meta-analysis. This meta-analysis was done by our team and we have included 13 papers. In pandemic times, you can update many studies. Outcomes close to significant values, p-value 0.06. If you see here, the studies, 6 studies are on the right and only 3 studies are on the left. So if you have included another 2 papers, the result may be significant, below 0.05, or you can confirm the findings of the previous meta-analysis. Another treatment or an associated disease in another published paper, like this association between sarcoidosis and cardiovascular morbidity, systematic review and meta-analysis. Another researchers saw that previous researchers focused on the association between sarcoidosis and only cardiovascular morbidity. So why we don't study the association between sarcoidosis and diabetes mellitus? The same as for another treatment. B. In published primary studies, unpredictable outcomes. In this paper, the authors studied the dog ownership and the risk of cardiovascular disease and death, a nationwide cohort study. I have published a meta-analysis about pet ownership and cardiovascular risk and mortality. When I saw the paper, the idea came to me, why is not studying this rare and unpredictable association? Rare outcomes. For example, psoriasis exacerbation after COVID-19 vaccines. A brief report of the reported cases. Only 51 cases of psoriasis patients experienced exacerbation after COVID-19 vaccine, which is a rare outcome. Outcomes of interest to readers. For example, pandemic, like now monkeypox, are hot topics, publication trend, like obstructive sleep apnea before, etc. If you found new treatment arms, more likely by experts. If you are an expert in the field, do you know new therapeutic agents, new groups? Moreover, if you are interested in many conferences, you will find more abstracts about the new treatment, more diagnostic procedures, etc. How to check the validity of your idea? You have to search in Google Scholar for a short term. In our study, we are focusing on atopic dermatitis and dupilumab. So we will write here atopic dermatitis and dupilumab and ocular manifestations and systematic review at first. We will limit the search for 2018 and see what the systematic reviews about dupilumab and atopic dermatitis. If I didn't find the idea I aim for, okay, we will search in Google Scholar by broad idea. Example, your idea is about treatment X, which is dupilumab, in disease Y, which is atopic dermatitis. However, there is a published meta-analysis about all treatment types in disease Y, which is atopic dermatitis. For example, if a paper studied the effect of interleukin-4 inhibitors on atopic dermatitis patients, this study included dupilumab as a treatment arm. So this study already included your studies that you will be included in your meta-analysis. So the network meta-analysis, which compared various treatment agents in atopic dermatitis patients, is better than your individual or meta-analysis. Therefore, your study will be useless because the previous study already included your treatment arm as an arm compared to other treatment arms. The next step is you will search for a registered protocol in Prospero. Here in Prospero, you will search by few keywords. For in this idea, we will search for atopic dermatitis. Where's here go? You will find a number of records for atopic dermatitis. You have to scroll them all to check that no one have registered a protocol similar to your idea. You will search also for dupilumab. Check OK. I have to screen those also again. Be specific and pay attention to sensitivity over Spiro. Don't add several keywords in the search term. This is a machine. You have to write it correctly. Dupilumab. If you added dupilumab and atopic dermatitis, click OK. You have 58 records. However, as the previous examples, some researchers may study the effect of the larger group of dupilumab, which is interleukin 4 inhibitors, and atopic dermatitis. So if you screen all the 58 records alone, there may be a registered protocol for the larger group of treatment. And Prospero also pay attention for the spelling of the words and the characters. If we add dot here and click OK, you will find 0 result. However, this is not right, and there is many protocols about atopic dermatitis alone or the dupilumab or the combined. Lastly, in Prospero, you have to check any published protocol before beginning your idea. Some research groups publish their protocol after finishing the whole paper. So you are late. You are very late for beginning your study. They are in the review process and you will start from 0. So if you find a protocol in Prospero, my advice is do not start this meta-analysis. You are too late and you don't guarantee who can publish first. If you didn't find any yet, you have to ask your supervisor or any experienced colleague to check the validity of your idea, as your research may be not good enough as you think. You may think that you have found an idea for meta-analysis. However, with few searches by the experienced member or your supervisor, there is already a published meta-analysis, or your study will not include a large number of new papers to the previous meta-analysis. So your idea will be useless. You may lose huge time and efforts, although there's a published meta-analysis and you are in a bad situation. So you have to ask a supervisor or any experienced colleague in meta-analysis to check your idea. If you didn't find any, congratulations, you got a new idea.